this video was a mind challenge, and it's from my research. What I challenged myself to, take on, and that's the flat Earth. It's not about whether I believe it's true or not true. It's more so about just looking it up and doing your own research, and you come to your own conclusion. And many have probably done their research and they believe the Earth is round. And I'm gonna continue to research until we come to a conclusion where the truth is revealed. So my other, the reason for making this video is right now basically saying the worst mistake I ever made in my life is not questioning any decisions that I made as a child, a teenager, and as a young adult, and going into midlife actually. So I'm about to be 39. I'm approaching 40, and I actually start researching stuff now at this age. It's unbelievable. Like I'm grateful for Google. I'm grateful for YouTube and the internet in general because it allows us to. You can actually be who you want to be. If you want to be an entertainer, you can be an entertainer. You want to research and research. The information is out there. The tools is out there for you to be whatever you want to be, and there's tools out there for you to correct some of the lessons you learned. Meaning, like some of the things you learned in the past, you're able to actually find somewhat proof to what you believe is true or not. I say that to say the worst mistake I made in my life is not questioning anything. And temptation and a lot of things allow me to make certain decisions in life. Like I think the reason I made a decision to become religious in the past was from some actions I made. Now I got shot, so when I got shot, I went to jail. No. I'm gonna back it up. Prior to that, I only sold drugs because I seen people in my community getting, meaningless things like sneakers, clothes, little hoopty cars, things like that. So I was introduced to selling drugs by someone that I looked up to. I mean, it could be older friends or older associates or family members like older brothers, siblings, things like that. You just see them flashy, change, jewelry, all types of stuff. So it actually um, hype you up to thinking like, this is what I want. So that's one of the worst mistakes I ever made in my life. I can't get a firearm. I can't get a government job if I wanted a government job. I can't work at NASA. I can't do a lot of things because of a felony from decisions you make as a youngster, growing up, getting groomed. And we are a product of our environment. So most of our decisions is based on our environment as well. Can't blame it on other people. Actually, I blame it on myself, the decisions I made prior to certain circumstances. So I say all that to say I got shot, due to some of my previous decisions and shit and whatnot. Excuse me. So I got shot, and I went to jail. So when I went to jail, everybody around you, your friends, everybody you known from the past, or they Muslim. So my mom tried to have me be Christian and whatnot. Like I never understood it back then. Ain't like you read every book to basically base your decision on what you compare to every other religion, and you think that this religion is better based on your comparison to every other religion, not just making a decision because you think this religion or it's being forced on you by your parents, or you thinking this religion cool because you saying your friends wearing kufis and garbed up and stuff like that. So I went to jail. I'm like, I did want to find God because I'm like thanking God for allowing me to still be on this planet, still be alive. So it's like, hold up, I get shot, I'm in jail. It's like I'm saved. Like I'm saved from the streets, kind of, sorta, and I'm saved. Like I ain't died because I got shot in the head. Like I got shot in the face. So it's like, basically, people like, you blessed, you blessed, you blessed, you blessed. So it's like, I see a Quran probably. I see my people getting off the block in jail, going to Jumar, they fasting and stuff like that. So I took my Shahada. Not that I read the whole Bible back and forth, or the Torah, or the Quran, and everything else, and based my decision on that. It's just somehow circumstances allow or encourage us to make certain decisions. So I get older. I come home. Like, I'm praying every day while I'm in jail. I'm praying, and I'm basically praying on due to my circumstances. Like, I want to get out of jail. So it's like I need to get close to God, start praying, and start get forgiven for my sins or whatever, and hopefully I come home. So I'm thinking it's the right thing to do. Pick a religion and get focused. So I come home and I automatically notice I'm not praying no more because I'm back into my environment. I'm not praying no more. I'm not going to the masjid, and all I'm doing is saying assalamu alaikum to people and not eating pork, right? So I'm still in the streets as I'm getting, like, I'm about 20, 21, whatever. I'm still in the streets. I'm in and out of jail still, but I'm in the streets. So it's like I never had time to stop. You know how people say stop and smell the roses, whatever, because you're trying to get on your feet. I ended up finding a job, so that took me off the streets. By the time I was 21, I did find a job, but I still wasn't focused because everybody I hung around was in the streets. So it was weird. It was like you got one foot in, one foot out, always. So, because I still got to live around there, that's still where I go rest my head. So I never still had time to think because it's like get paid, you party, you hanging out, and it's still assalamu alaikum to your friends or whatever, and you just don't eat pork. So you caught up in fashion as I'm getting older and older and older, and I was a rapper, so I really was like caught up in the studio. I had a recording studio. I'm caught up in the music life. You thinking like a rock star. You smoking on weed and drinking and stuff like that. So you still not thinking. You're not religious. You still not thinking, and you never had time to really like analyze your decision, the religion you chose. Getting older, no, you know when I had time to sit and think. When I got married and a female took me away from them streets, took me away from that environment. My queen took me away from being in the streets or in the studio day in, day out. So now I'm married, I got time to sit in the house and utilize the internet instead of just searching for music exclusives and interviews and stuff for my radio show or the recording studio or getting content for my DVD or mixtape. I never was focused on real life. I was caught up in the entertainment aspect and thinking that I was gonna get rich. So it's still like I saw like every time people came to the studio and stuff like that, but it was like I never had time to focus on a religion. It's just I made that decision based on my circumstances. So now that I'm married and I'm sitting in the house and I'm kind of like I know I was always smart, and I'm kind of like diverting that energy that I was using to the entertainment realm to really using research and start questioning stuff and things in life and start trying to change and end up having a kid. We had our last child, and I had kids that I took on when I got married because my wife had prior kids. So I had kids, but when I seen my son be born, that changed me as well. I knew like, wow, even if I still was thinking like a knucklehead, it was like I gotta change. Like I really gotta stay out here and be on these streets and stay married and be a family man and not make no mistakes and be in my kid life. So that allow you to start doing more research because you're trying to figure out how do you wisen up fully to become fully developed into that man you're supposed to be. So that started me and started my research. So certain things start not making sense. So I started like reason I started enlightening myself. It started with one incident. It was like, wow, Muslims only not eat pork, but eat every other animal. That one thing right there started my research and started me asking questions. It's right here. Muslim told me that it's permissible by law for whatever reason, right? That it's bad or whatever. So I asked myself, I developed my own question in my head, and I said, if God created all animals, which I'm sure God created all animals, right? Well, I know God created all animals. And he telling me that it's okay to slaughter and kill every other animal except for the pig. That didn't make sense to me. I'm looking at every animal down to a bug or a roach or rodent. They reproduce. So I'm pretty sure they reproduce to see life. I don't think an animal mate to have animals to get slaughtered and cattle and killed and and produced for food. Uh, that just don't make sense for me. And I think everybody's supposed to see life. So that started waking me up right there. So I knew deep down inside that something wasn't right about religion. Not saying that it ain't no such thing as religion. And I think, before I get any deeper, because I don't want to lose no subscribers and I don't want people to take me wrong, because sometimes I have a way of breaking things down. And if you fully understand, or if you try to understand it instead of misunderstanding what I'm saying more, I'm basically saying that, first of all, before I even go any further, like I said, religion is a way of life, a roadmap with God. And I really think that if you follow it fully, you can be on a straight path to an ordinary life. It can help you and your family. It can guide you to take care of your family without a lot of negativity and stuff like that. If you follow it fully. So I think religion is good. But I think if you start looking into religion, it don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. Like that one flaw right there, I don't think that we supposed to murder and slaughter animals. It just don't make sense to me. And I think that we all should be vegan or vegetarians, whatever. Yeah, vegan. I don't think we're supposed to manufacture milk from a cow. If you ask me, I think we still should be drinking breast milk from our mothers if that was physically possible. Why not drink human milk? Why is we drinking animal milk? Cows don't drink human milk. Cows don't drink squirrel milk. Cows don't drink goat milk. Cows drink cow milk. Goats drink goat milk. So, for one, I don't think we're supposed to be eating cheese and drinking milk. That just don't make sense to me. And I understand this been going on from the beginning of time before I was around. I'm not here to change anything, but I think if I change my mind, I can raise better kids. And I think if I could reach one subscriber and they reach another person, etc., we can do stuff about stuff. And that's just enlightening and acknowledging each other. And share in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I just have questions. And I'm going to give it to you every single. You see my situation. My situation raised questions. It don't make sense. A lot of stuff don't make sense. It just seems like we programmed to live an ordinary life so a lot of other people can be in control and we blinded by everything that's going on. That's all I'm saying. Like a lot of stuff don't make sense. So my videos is not intended to offend anyone, offend any religion, put anybody down. I don't want any religious tell me if I'm wrong. Like tell me why we not supposed to eat pigs, but we can murder and slaughter every other animal. Explain that to me. It just don't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And that's a lot of other stuff don't make sense. And that's how we gonna continue this channel. And that's how we gonna continue on. And a lot of things that we go through on an everyday basis is to keep us programmed and hating each other. I don't hate no race. I don't hate no religion. I don't hate nobody. I think love is our only way of getting ahead. I think love is the only way of fixing every problem. That's just my opinion. I don't think war, murdering, killing, none of that is the answer. But people lose their cool. And that's no way that this channel can help people. We help people and help each other to maintain our cool. That's what it's all about. Don't let your emotions overpower your actions, your decisions, or anything. We all need a few seconds to think and actually remove a lot of TV from our diet. You think of all the hours add up in a month, let alone a year. How many hours we spend watching TV? It's insane. And that's King Champ. I'm gone. That's my wife, she calling me.